Greetings, all my saber lovers. Here we are. This is Steven with SG Saber Design, and today I've got a Shin Hati on the table. This was sent to me by Andrew to be installed. He purchased from Punk Sabers. I thought that this was the same as LGT, but the other LGT one I have installed had a light strip in here, so it may not be the same. The upper section that came with it did appear to be the same as LGT, their upper section, but it might just be compatible with theirs. So what we've got here is a single button saber. The only button is right here. In the emitter, we've got a stock V4 pixel emitter. The entire chassis is removable, so you can take apart pretty much anything if you wanted to. I believe you can actually take this piece off and take that part off, and then you can put that on there without the Tsuba. But all you really need to do to use this is take it apart right here. There is a small plastic spacer with just a drop of glue held in there, just to keep a little extra pressure, just to keep it up there when you're putting in your blade. So this just slides out, and you can see it is keyed. There is a slot right here that goes to, there's a small grub screw behind this, which you can actually see in there. That's just to help key it so that the switch piece stays right in front of the switch. Okay, so Andrew's request was to install this, and his main thing he wanted was a crystal chamber. So we did have to go down to an 18350 battery to make this fit, because it's a fairly, all of the Shin sabers are fairly narrow. But that wasn't really a problem. So we've got a crystal chamber in here with a kind of a copper and some stainless steel inside. There is a pixel in here. We've got our Proffie 3.9. Here you can see our stock emitter up here. Our single button is right here. We've got a kill switch over here. Our 18350 battery. This is a flat top 18350. Honestly, I don't know if they make a button top 18350, but there is enough room for something like that to fit in there. If you want to program this, unfortunately there wasn't enough room to make this super easily accessible, but I just ran just a small bead of E6000 on each side, just to kind of hold it in there. It snapped in fairly well, but whenever you want to reprogram it, just take, I'd suggest not like a screwdriver unless you got a plastic one. Just kind of wedge it under one of these corners and lift it up a little bit, and you'll be able to plug into your port and get to your SD card, no problem. This will actually come out probably about 3/4 of an inch or so. I left enough wire in there. That's a pretty big area in there so that you can actually pull that open and reprogram it whenever you need to. So there is a Smuggler's Outpost 24mm speaker. And all this stuff was stuff that was provided to me. So like this is a long pin connector. Generally I would use a short pin, but I just kind of sunk it down a little bit more, kind of protect those pins, and they still work perfectly fine. So to use this, we also have two 10 pixel strips, and they are inside. I did have clear like lenses over them, but after kind of playing around, I decided that, they were really bright, shining out, whereas if I put the same color as the chassis, this silk white, it kind of reflected it into the chassis a bit, and the whole area kind of glows a little bit more, and it's just kind of a really cool look. So let's go ahead and fire this up. Just hit your kill switch up, and that turns it on.
You will regret this decision.
And you see our crystal lights up very nicely. Found one with a lot of cracks and different stuff inside there that just all those little imperfections just make it light up and look so much brighter and more interesting to look at. But let's go ahead and take a look over here. You can see how these are working together and how that whole area just kind of glows because of that. The way this is wired, Andrew, your main blade is up here. That's blade number 1 in your config. Blade number 2 is a single pixel for your crystal. And the third blade style is for these. These are wired together in parallel, so they will always mimic each other. And you can program those on your Proffie board to do pretty much anything that a pixel will do. Let's go ahead and show you how these things change with the different fonts. All these fonts were provided by Andrew. So, a long press. I'll switch the fonts.
Why are you so certain no one is coming?
We're just clones, sir. We're meant to be expendable.
Not to me.
So, like I say, that crystal just lights up perfectly.
That sort of power is fleeting.
Anakin Solo.
Get that purple in there.
Anne. Great Mother.
This is Talzin, and I use her blade style from Fett's site for all for the blade as well as the crystal and these. So it does kind of look like it's glitching, but when you see the blade when we light it up, you can understand a little bit better how it's really a cool effect. Like I say, you can see how those all.
I will kill you if I must, but I sense that you will make that necessary.
So let's go ahead and go back to the beginning. We'll put it in the saber.
We've been looking for this.
So you can see how this one is not a button. This one here is the button. So you're going to have that up. And you can see it locked right in. So you take this. Tighten that up. And we can put in a blade. And we've got about a little over 2 inches of blade depth in here. Comes all the way down to here so that you can, if you want, you can pull this piece off and have kind of a different configuration. Everything will still fit. This is a 7/8 blade. Fits in there very nice. And honestly, the weight is it just feels great. This will be a fun one to swing, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Like I said, it's a 1 button, so just we got Shin there. We got twist on and off set up. I did not activate the thrust on or swing on. I find those to be a little counter, not very useful. Let's put it that way. So let's go ahead and if you're wanting to change the volume on a single button saber, you're going to hold the button and then clash it.
Sergeant.
Okay, so now that I'm not in the menu anymore.
Enter volume menu.
Okay.
Maximum volume. Minimum volume.
So you get it where you want it.
Exit volume menu.
One hit. Now, if you want to go through your fonts one by one,
That sort of power is fleeting.
just a long press like that will get you to the next one. If you point it so that the blade is down, it will go the other way. Or if you hold it,
Select preset.
You go into the preset menu, and you can...
Out of the firefight, into the carbon freeze.
Damn. Great mother.
Cover. I will kill you if I must, but I sense that you...
Jason Solo.
Jaina Solo.
I will kill you if...
Great mother.
So let's go ahead and try out that talisman. Oops, I think I missed it. Yeah.
Great mother.
Okay. I don't think my phone camera does justice to that probably, but that is a very cool effect. Very smoky, energy weaponish. I mean, it really does evoke what she used in the show.
Cover.
So we got
I will kill you if I must, but I sense that you... necessary.
Jade,
Jason Solo.
Jason,
Jaina Solo.
Jaina.
Legacy. Imperial Knight. Corin Horn.
You will never escape me.
I'm ready.
I let you live.
Won't our alliance with Thrawn finally bring us into power?
And that takes us back to Shin. That's about it for this one. Andrew, if you have any questions, comments, anything that you see that is not exactly what you want, please let me know. I will send you a link to all the controls just to make sure that you know the single button controls for Proffie. All those lights on there will time out after a few minutes. So if you're not using it, it will eventually turn off and you'll just hit the button and it'll come back on. But if you're not going to be using it, just pull it out, flip your switch, and you're good to go. Won't drain the battery while that's down. So 18350 battery, pops out easily. Ring side is your negative. At least these are marked negative and positive. They don't look a whole lot different, obviously. But yeah, just pop it in there. Just like that. And you can carry probably 3 or 4 of these in your pocket without even noticing. If you were planning on going somewhere to like a con or something and want to have this on your belt for a while. I don't know how sturdy this D-ring is, but it feels like it's pretty solid on there. So anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it below. That's all I've got for today. So everyone have a great day and may the force be with you. Thank you.